Now please welcome to the stage PJ Creelman!
Hey, she pronounced my name correctly, that's great. It's easy to mispronounce my name, but I'm not even going to talk about that, that's not what I'm here for. So, anybody in here married or used to be married?
Yes.
You ever get the trap where your spouse, you'll be driving somewhere and your spouse will ask you like, is that person cute? And then you're like, no, of course not. And then they ask you again, is that person cute? No, of course not, that's not. And then it's like, are you gay? And that's why we're divorced now. So anyway, I've been single for a while now, which means I've been doing a lot of looking online for a new partner. And it's been hit and miss. I have this real funny thing because women will say, no scammers, please. If you're a scammer, swipe left. And I keep thinking like, yeah, if I'm a scammer, oh, I don't want to swipe right because I'm a scammer. I wouldn't want to do that to hurt her feelings. That's not how that works. But recently I found this woman that she was very attractive and we matched on just about every single possible thing. And then I realized Ancestry is not really a good site for looking for a new partner. And on that note, it was funny, my ex-wife and I, when we first got married, we would go do fun things together, and I'd take a selfie of us, because I've got long arms, so I've got a selfie arm, and take a picture of us doing something, and it'd be like, #LoveMyWife, and I'd tag her in the post, and after about 5 years of this, she messaged me one day while I was at work, and she said, hey, just so you know, my Twitter handle is my maiden name, and you've been tweeting to a cousin of yours in Canada. So then I spent about an hour deleting a whole bunch of posts, and I was talking to a coworker about it, and he asked me what was going on, and I told him, and he immediately pulls out his phone and looks her up, and he's like, you could do worse. And it was like, that's your takeaway from this? I could do worse? Actually, she is kind of cute. So on the subject of DNA testing and stuff like that, I have this aunt who, she did DNA testing, she did 23andMe, and was shocked to find out that she came back 2.25% sub-Saharan African. She freaked out because we're all Irish and Scottish, and so she immediately phoned 23andMe, which I didn't even know was possible. And she called them and she said, I need a recount, there has to be something wrong, there's something going on wrong. And they talked her down. They said, like, well, maybe just somebody from your family had been to Africa, because that's how that works. You just go someplace and you become more of that region. So anyway, a year later, I did 23andMe, and I came back 1.125% sub-Saharan African, exactly half of what she was. About that time, she messaged me via 23andMe and said, Paul, I don't trust this technology. Oh, it's Paul, not PJ. PJ, I don't trust this technology. It says, you may be my half-brother. I pointed out to her that mathematically that works because her whole brother was my whole father, and so that adds up. And but then I did a side-by-side comparison of our DNA, and I showed that I was 1.125% sub-Saharan African, and she was 2.25% sub-Saharan African. I said, I guess this makes you my sister. And that got me 6 months of silence. Now, I know that may seem like cultural appropriation. I apologize, but keep in mind, it's really only 97.75% cultural appropriation. So, that's math. He's laughing. It's my first time back in about 20 years. So, my therapist tells me that some of the reasons that I may take risks at work are overconfidence, complacency, or maybe just a desire to be more accepted socially by my coworkers. Who am I kidding? I don't have a therapist, I'm Gen X. We rub dirt on things. So anyway, I'll end with this. I am 236 pounds of raw animal magnetism and sexual prowess, and the other 40 pounds are dad bod.